you mentioned in regards to the medical camps you are having in different affected parts. So in those medical camps, like how are you dealing with the medication shortages? Because when we went to Sindh, we saw that there was shortage of Panadol, like for example, was not available there. So how you are working on and making sure that those medical camps have the appropriate medications needed?
Thank you for the question. It's an incredibly important question. There are shortages, and even getting stuff around the country, of course, has now become very difficult. There's no magic bullet here. We're doing what we can. In fact, because we are associated, those camps, the 300 or 400 camps that have been established across those 3 or 4 provinces are associated with the Aga Khan University Hospital. We're able to rely on the university hospital's stockpiles as well as its supply chain and purchasing capacity. But there are shortages, and they will. That's one of the things we're going to have to continue to deal with. We're going to have to work on supply and transport, both very, very important issues.
Have you determined like which medications are short of, like because like diseases like dengue, malaria, typhoid is on the rise, like especially in those areas where the water has not receded.
Yes.
So is there any determination, because I think there are many, like the diaspora here wants to do their part.
Yes.
So have you made some list like which type of medications are missing so that the appeal can be made for that?
Yes, I mean absolutely. I mean I think we definitely would have an assessment of that. We're working very closely with the provincial governments and the ministries of health to make sure that we are feeding into their registries and to the needs that they're articulating to the National Disaster Management Authority, as well as to the World Bank and UN processes that are trying to assess globally the challenge. So yes, that absolutely those are available.
One more question for Mr. Shariff, that in northern parts, in Chitral and Gilgit, Skardu, has the water receded totally? Has the redevelopment work started there?
Winterization is in full scale now. It is now the biggest urgent issue, is to make sure that housing and shelter and general winterization takes place. So that's the priority right now. The water has mostly receded. There are some parts that are still dealing with those problems, but for the most part, we are now moving very, very rapidly into winterization.